No, I'm saying, okay, now I'm giving you more clue. What's the difference between this flower, red flower, and the dream flower?
That exists, that or is a dream?
No, not this one. I'm talking the dream flower.
Is a
I
dream?
switched. Huh?
Is a dream,
What
it's
do you mean by
gone.
dream?
It's gone, but this is real.
Dream is coming from where?
My mind.
Mind. You're getting it? So this red flower is from the object,
Yeah.
and the dream flower is coming from a mind.
But this also comes from the mind.
No, listen.
No.
For the time being, don't imagine that you're philosophers.
Okay.
For the time
It's
being,
come from
I
the flower.
ask you to think of, you speak your mind, not speak from the philosophical background. I said, speak your mind. So this flower is from the object, and the dream flower is from the mind. It's a dream from the mind. You getting it? Okay. So this is the object, and your mind is the hey.
Subject.
Yes. This flower is the object, and my mind is the subject. Your mind is the subject. This flower is the object. Okay. Now, in a loose sense, without philosophy, this flower is from the object, and the dream flower is from the subject. Don't forget it. Okay, now technically speaking, we say that this flower, this red flower, is objectively, what you call as, it exists from the object. Technically we can call it, this flower objectively exists, and the dream flower subjectively exists. We getting it? Okay, from this we get an understanding of subjective existence and the objective existence. Okay, now tell me, dream. Is it subjectively real or objectively real? Subjectively real. You getting it? Very good. And the hallucination, subjectively real, objectively real? Subjectively real. You getting it? Okay.
He wants to know what did you ask again.
Okay. Now we are introduced to a very important concept, subjective reality and the objective reality. You're getting it? Okay. In the dream, if I ask you, what are you afraid of? I'm afraid of the ghost. Then I tell you, no, the ghost exists from your mind. It is subjectively real. What is your answer? No, the ghost is real. Now you're already introduced to subjective existence, objective existence. Now tell me, in the dream, if I ask you, if I tell you that this ghost is subjectively real, you will say no. Then it is objectively real. When you wake up, what is your answer?
Subjective.
It's subjectively real. It is not objectively real. Not objectively real. Not and empty mean the same. You get it in me? Right? Same. This mug does not have a poison in it. Does not. This mug is empty of poison. Not and empty mean the same. You getting it? Now when we say that this dream is not objectively real, you are saying this dream is empty of objective reality. You getting it? This dream is empty of objective reality. So when you say this dream is empty of objective reality, this is the reality of the dream. What's the reality of the dream? The dream to be empty of objective reality, or the dream to be objective real? Which is reality? Empty. That the dream is empty of objective reality is the reality of the dream. So Ari asked me, what's the reality? So the reality is things being empty of objective reality is the reality of things. Things being empty of objective reality, things being empty of objective reality is the reality of the objects. Don't forget it.
So you're saying that the dream flower and the flower is the same?
Okay, no, I'm yet to touch this area. For the time being, what I said is that things being empty of objective existence is the reality of the objects. We said it. No, now I'm going to explain more. Right? Not only the dream, everything else, all phenomena, they are all empty of objective existence. Just as a dream is coming from your mind, everything else is coming from your mind. Just as the dream is subjectively real, everything else is subjectively real. You getting it?
Yes.
Okay. What is your next question?
If a dream, the dream come true.
Okay.
If the dream come true.
Yes. Sometimes the dream comes true. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This I'll do later. I'll do this later. Okay. Don't forget it. This question is very serious.
Right.
Sometimes
It
it-
happened to half of the people.
Yes. Sometimes it comes true. Okay. My question is, my question to you is, I said that just as a dream is subjectively real. Okay. How many of you agree with me that the dream is subjectively real? Okay. Good. How many agree with me that the dream is empty of objective reality? How many of you agree with me? Very good. Now I'm saying a bold statement. I'm making a bold statement. Just as a dream is subjectively real, all phenomena are subjectively real.
Yes.
You getting it?
Yeah.
Just as the dream is empty of objective reality, everything is empty of objective reality. This is a statement that I'm making. Me having made this statement, what is your next question?
How do you know?
How can we know that everything is empty of objective reality? This question. You getting it? This is a very important question. What's the question?
How do we
How
know?
can we know that everything is empty of objective reality? Very good. Okay, this is question. You getting it? Okay. Okay, now, any questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
While you are awake, it's physics time, you are sure that this is objective.
Okay. Good question. Right? So while you are awake, you look at it, you are sure that this object is real, this is from the object. This is a extremely, don't forget it, this experience must come, right? So this, if you ask 1,000 people, right, what do you think? That this flower exists objectively? This one, when you awake, this flower exists objectively or subjectively? 99.99999% of the people will say that this exists objectively, right? That is known as self-grasping ignorance. This is the one which creates all the problem, and it's not true, right? So what is your next question? How can I know this? You getting it? Okay.
You
This
study eons and
somebody says that this is wrong, right? No, it's not true. It's not objectively real. If somebody says like this, don't panic. Maintain calmness. Maintain calmness and ask question. How can I know this? And if you're more boring, if you're more daring, more audacious, you can say, how do you know? Right? Instead of how can I know? It's more, the what?
Polite.
More polite. How can you know? How do you know that this does not exist objectively? This is a question. You getting it?
Yeah.
This is a question. This is known as what's the reality of this flower? That is the reality of flower that it exists objectively, or it exists subjectively? It's not from the object. This is the question. So the question is, how can we know that this flower, waking up, during the waking up state, how can we know that this flower exists subjectively and is empty of objective existence? Okay. So this question is very important. What CP said, this is the very important question. How can we know that this flower does not exist objectively? You getting it? Okay. Say, when you see the dream goes as objectively real, when you see the dream goes, when does the fear arise? When you see the dream goes as objectively real, or when you see the dream goes as subjectively real? CP, tell me.
when you see
No, CP, there's only one CP, I think. Right?
That's the question.
Okay, my question is, which of the two ways of looking at the dream ghost creates a fear in you? Seeing the dream ghost as objectively real creates fear in you, or seeing the dream ghost as subjectively real creates fear in you? Which of the two ways of looking at the dream ghost makes you to have fear?
Subjective.
Are you sure? See the dream, when you see the dream ghost as subjectively real, then the fear arises? opposite, right? When you see the dream goes as object real, then the fear arises. When you see the dream goes as subject real, your fear dissolves. So you're getting it? Okay, now when you see this flower as object real, right? And when you see everything as object real, then all these fears, miseries, all these things arise. When you see things as empty of object reality, all your fears dissolve. If this is real, if this is true, what I'm saying is true, then this understanding is so precious. It doesn't matter whether you believe or not believer, whether you're Buddhist or non-Buddhist, it doesn't matter. If you know that everything is like a dream, if you know that everything is subjectively real, nothing objectively real, all your fears dissolve, what a great gift. What a great gift of realization which the Buddha taught on this earth, right? You don't have to be Buddhist, right? This is so precious. If there's a way in a manner in which you can know that nothing really exists objectively, everything is subjectively real, right? Then there's a tremendous benefit. Yes, sure.
Can you tell me?
Sure.
I'm confused.
Yes.
Let's say there is not a flower, there is a tiger.
Yes, yes.
Okay? And I'm thinking that the tiger is
Subjectively real.
real.
Yes.
And I won't be afraid.
Okay, this is a good question, right? George came up with a very practical question. Right? Okay, a flower is fine. Tiger. If there's a tiger, what are you going to do, right? Oh, you are subjectively real. Right? I'm not afraid of you, right? But the tiger will still bite you, still kill you, attack you, right? So in what way it helps you? This, it may, instead of helping, it may harm you. Whereas if you think that it's objectively real, you may run away, right? So it saves you, right? If it's subjectively real, then you stay there, it can kill you. Okay, this understanding is understanding emptiness in nihilism form, right? We're going into nihilism. You're getting it? So the question raised by George, it takes us to the understanding of the two extremes. You getting it? When you see emptiness as nihilism, this is wrong understanding. Emptiness, if you understand it as nihilism, then you will not, when the real tiger is there, it's like a dream tiger, you stay there, subject real, you stay there, and then, it'll kill you, finish, right? Okay, so there, what we have to understand is the real, so therefore, understand emptiness, so the Buddha remained silent for how many days? 49 days Buddha did not teach, because this concept is so profound. It's not something like, one day, right? The Kippus Bodhicitta one day, and Bodhicitta emptiness, we got it. No. We are very audacious, right? Just day one we started it. But the Buddha remained silent for 49 days. Buddha is fully enlightened one. And we are not enlightened, still we are doing it. Okay, so what I'm saying is that this understanding emptiness, people can easily go into nihilism. When you go into nihilism, then the problem arises. So for that matter, thank you so much. It connects us to what is known as the understanding of dependent origination. You're getting it? Emptiness should not be understood as nihilism. It should be understood as dependent origination. Okay, dependent origination.
Yeah. Somebody create the flower, somebody make the other plant.
Okay, very good. Now, okay, this is very important. Emptiness should not be understood as nothingness. If you see, oh, this tiger is not there, it's just my, it's just my mind, you're going to nothingness. You're going into nihilism. So emptiness should be understood as dependent origination. Okay, don't forget it. There are two aspects. One is emptiness should be understood as dependent origination. One. Number two, dependent origination should be understood as the middle way. Don't forget it. Emptiness should be understood as dependent origination, and the dependent origination should be understood as the middle way. So therefore, emptiness is not nothingness, emptiness is the middle way. Right? For this, we have to understand the two things. How emptiness is the dependent origination. Number one, Number two, how dependent origination is the middle way. Once you know these two things, then you will know how emptiness is emptiness is the middle way. Okay, first, what is the first one? What's the first question?
Emptiness, to understand emptiness as dependent.
Very good. How we can equate emptiness with dependent origination, right? How can we know that emptiness is dependent origination? Emptiness means dependent origination. First, what's the second question?
How dependent origination is understood as the middle way.
Very good. How emptiness is understood as the middle way. These 2 points we have to understand. First one, how emptiness is understood to mean dependent origination. For this, we need to know 5 points. How emptiness should be understood as dependent origination. For this, we need to know 5 points. Okay. Point 1 is emptiness. Point 1 is emptiness. Point 2, emptiness does not mean nothingness. Emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. Point number 2. Point number 2 is emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. Point number, I'll explain. Right. Point number 1 is emptiness. Point number 2 is that emptiness is the short form of emptiness of independent existence. First, write this. Short form of emptiness of independent existence. Okay. How many of you know WHO? WHO.
Who?
Who?
World Health Organization.
WHO, World Health Organization. WHO is a short form of World Health Organization. It does not mean who. What is who in Hebrew?
Me.
Huh?
It's me.
Me.
Huh?
Me.
Me, right?
Me.
Who are you? Who are you? How do you say in Hebrew?
Miata.
Miata, right? Miata. Right? Well, I am Miata, right? Miata, me. Okay. WHO is not the meaning of me. Is the short form of World Health Organization. So therefore, emptiness doesn't mean nothingness. Emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. You getting it? Okay. Number 1 is emptiness. Number 2 is that emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. Number 3. Emptiness of independent existence means nothing exists independently. Nothing. Number 2 should be related to number 3. Number 2 is what? Emptiness is a short form of emptiness of independent existence. So number 3, emptiness of independent existence means number 3, nothing exists independently. Number 3, nothing exists independently. Number 4, nothing exists independently means everything exists by nothing exists independently means everything exists by dependence. Very good, right? Everything exists by dependence. Number 4, you're getting it? Everything exists by dependence means everything is dependently originated. Everything is dependently arisen, dependently originated. Number 5.
So the middle way.
So from this, what we come to realize is that emptiness, with these 5 lines of thinking, with these 5 lines of reasoning, we come to realize emptiness means the dependent origination. You are getting it? Okay, this first part done.
What is the fifth?
Okay, let me say this. Number 1, emptiness. Number 2, short form of emptiness, independent existence. Number 3, nothing exists independently. Number 4, everything exists by dependence. Number 5, therefore, everything is dependently originated. Therefore, everything is dependently originated. Number 5,
It's
right?
duality.
Huh?
Duality.
Duality.
No, duality.
Duality.
It's duality, and you need between duality we need to find the middle way.
Okay, now the second part. Okay, now the second part. How is dependent origination the meaning of the middle way? This is the second part. This is what we're doing now. How is the dependent origination to be understood as a middle way? Okay, listen. Dependent origination has 2 sides. What are they? Dependence and origination. There are two things. When you speak about dependent origination, there are two things, dependence and origination. When you say dependence, what is the opposite of dependence?
Independence.
Independence. When you say dependence, it rejects independence. Independence and absolutism mean the same. So by dependence, it rejects the extreme of absolutism. By dependence, the first one, dependence, it rejects the extreme of absolutism. What's the second part? What's the second part? Origination, right? Origination. Okay, origination, second part, origination. Origination means something comes to the origination. Something comes to the existence. Something comes to the existence means, what is the opposite of existence? Non-existence. So when it's origination, it rejects non-existence. Non-existence and nihilism mean the same. So origination, second part, origination, it rejects the extreme of nihilism. So first part, dependence, that rejects the extreme of absolutism. And second part, origination, that rejects the extreme of nihilism. You're getting it? Now dependent and origination, when you bring them together, it rejects extreme of nihilism and extreme of absolutism. The two extremes are rejected. When the two extremes are rejected, you follow the middle way. You getting it? Therefore, dependent origination means the middle way. Now from this what we've learned, first part, emptiness doesn't mean nothingness. Emptiness means the middle way. We have already learned this. And middle way, emptiness means dependent origination. We already learned this. Number two, dependent origin means the middle way. We learned this. From these two premises, we come to realize that emptiness means the middle way. Emptiness, not nothingness. Emptiness is the middle way. You're getting it? Okay. Now, if you understand emptiness in the light of dependent origination, see, emptiness and dependent origination, these are the two sides of the same coin. The tail and head of the same coin. Emptiness, dependent origination, these are the two sides of the same coin, right? So one side you see emptiness, from the other side you see dependent origination, right? Now, when you see emptiness, what is the benefit? When you see dependent origination, what is the benefit? When you see emptiness, okay, say, how many of you use tea strainer? What is tea strainer in Hebrew?
מסננת לתה.
Huh?
מסננת לתה.
מסננת לתה.
Tea filter. Filter מסננת.
מסננת?
לתה. filter. For tea, לתה.
No, לתה.
כן.
מסננת לתה. Okay, so מסננת לתה. You're getting it? So empty, say, wisdom of emptiness is like the מסננת לתה. You getting it? It's like the tea strainer. What is the job of the messenenet lete? What's the job of that?
To leave the tea is they leave out and to get only the tea.
Exactly. It is to separate the drinkable tea and the tea leaves. Right? Tea leaves, stop it and let freely flow the drinkable tea. This is the job of the messenenet lete. Right? Likewise, the wisdom of emptiness, it let flow your positive qualities. It let flow. Positive qualities, compassion, so forth, it let flow. It will stop the negative thoughts. It stop fear. It stop anger. It stop attachment. It will stop all the negative thoughts and it will freely let flow your positive thoughts, compassion, these things. It will freely let grow the positive thoughts, but this will separate the two emotions. Emptiness, this is so precious, the teaching on emptiness, right? So this wisdom of emptiness separates the two emotions, positive emotions and negative emotions, and will subdue all negative emotions and will increase the positive emotions. Okay, listen. Huh? Okay, this next question. How? Okay. How? Emptiness on one side, other side is? Dependent origination. When you see emptiness, you see that everything's like dream. All all our negative emotions, they're grounded on self-grasping ignorance, seeing things as objectively real. All our negative thoughts, all of fear, anxiety, stress, attachment, anger, jealousy, all these negative thoughts are grounded on self-grasping ignorance. With emptiness, wisdom of emptiness, it attacks the self-grasping ignorance, and all these negative thoughts, including fear and so forth, will dissolve. And then, other side of emptiness is dependent origination, right? While nothing exists independently, while everything is empty of independent existence, but everything exists dependently. So, by dependence on others, your happiness arises. So others are so kind, right? So when you see others are so kind, your love and affection grows towards others. So love and affection, these are the positive qualities. So all the positive qualities grow through knowing the reality of dependent origination. Right? So negative emotions will stop by seeing the emptiness of objective existence, and positive qualities will grow by seeing things are dependent originated. Right? This is so precious.
How can I create it, this part? Yeah, how can I create it to do the good way? The middle way, the good way.
Oh, this good way, yes?
To put it in good way.
Yes, exactly. So if you know...
You can take it to the website also.
Exactly. So the thing is that if you know emptiness as dependent origination and dependent origination as the middle way, then automatically you will take it to the good ways, because you will see that nothing exists from the object side, right? So you see everything like a dream, so therefore all our negative thoughts, fear and so forth will dissolve. And because we see dependent origination, all the good thoughts will arise. You getting it? Okay, good. Okay, now in the end we're also doing the dedication with the question answer session.
Yes, we'll finish with dedication.
Here or in the end session? In the evening, okay. So we'll recite. Yes, we'll do it. We'll do it. The dedication prayer, Gilala. Yeah. Okay. Tirtha Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhi Swaha Tyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhi Swaha Tyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasangati Bodhi Swaha. Okay, 3 prostrations together.